Obviously, they're all vaccinated to get in. Anyway, let's jump into our top stories. Interesting. We want to get your thoughts on hackers. First of all, have you been affected by a hacker or a scammer in the UAE? If so, let us know your stories because we feel like we're getting a lot of DMs. It's happened to us here in the office. And we have one more story about a Dubai blogger. Her Instagram got hacked by a sophisticated scam. So it was dead end after dead end with getting her Instagram back. She was blocked out of it until Dubai police got involved.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Dubai police. Ashley is an Emirati Mexican blogger. Her Instagram, got hacked for 3 weeks, and because her Facebook and Instagram were connected, then that was hacked as well. So the scammer was actually assuming her identity, messaging people, and attempting to scam her followers, which basically means trying to export money and also more information from them.
Now, you may wonder, how did she get hacked? Now, Ashley got a DM from a friend asking for her phone number, and seems pretty innocent. The friend says that they'll send Ashley an SMS with a code because she's being entered into a competition, something along those lines. And long story short, a code and URL were sent back and forth. Now, fast forward a couple of DMs, Ashley was locked out of her account altogether, and the scammer then changed the password, email, and phone number that were used in the double-factor authentication. So that's basically what happened, and then she lost access to her account altogether. And then the hacker went on to scam others via her account.
It's just crazy that they're using these really sophisticated methods to hack your accounts, which you think are your kind of personal profiles, but it seems they're quite easy to get into. But what Ashley has done, which I think is super cool, is if you go onto her highlights on Instagram, the Mirage edit, she's given you and outlined different ways that people are scamming. And she basically said that it was so real. It was like, you get a message from a friend and they're like, hey, what's your number again? So she was like, this is my number. And then they're like, oh, by the way, I'm like entering this competition. I need your help. Do you mind? And she's like, no, no problem. And we literally at Lovin Dubai, we had a similar hack, not on Instagram, but via email, which I know is very common in the UAE because I've seen other people sharing information about it, that are interns and new staff, which I don't know how the hackers know that they're interns and new staff, have been getting emails from our CEO, really abrupt at 6 in the morning, being like, hey, I need your help on something.
Yeah.
And you're new to the company and you're like, what do you need? Yeah. And then the CEO's like, go and buy me some iTunes vouchers.
I mean, if the CEO emails you to
do
anything, you do it.
But the thing is, like, let's say, for example, you might question it when it's like, go and buy some vouchers, but if it's at 6 in the morning and they're very abrupt, like we shared the emails before, it's very like, I just need this before 9 if you can sort that out. And you're not thinking, it's early in the morning, you have a couple of things on your mind, so you go out and you do it. And they are just so intelligent with their short and snappy emails. Like they don't provide more information. They're like, I'm only available on email, so therefore if you're considering WhatsApping them for more questions, you don't do it. So this is one scam. The email is another one. It's just common, so please be as vigilant as you possibly can. Do not give your personal details. If you get a DM from Instagram, which is another one that Ashley shared, Instagram are not DMing you. They're not asking you for more information with a compulsory email /email.com email. Check the domain. If the domain is Instagram, then fine. But if it's anything else, that's your key to know that it's a scam. Like there's all these, so many, like Taz, the one on email, when she got an email being like, your Namshi order, your whatever Amazon order is coming, but you need to pay the 7 dirham fine, this 7 dirham packaging. So she goes in to pay the 7 dirham, and it was a lot more. It was hundreds. They took hundreds from her, and it's really hard to get that back. Like Dubai police are doing all that they can. It's incredible that Ashley got hers back, but they can't work on all of these. Like there's a lot going through these phishing scams. So
for sure. And then speaking of Instagram, even we have so many duplicate Instagram accounts that claim to be Lovin Dubai and pass on the prizes and go like, okay, you've won a competition with Lovin Dubai, but this is where you collect your prize, and in your emails and in your phone numbers and in your bank details. But we would never ask you for your bank details, nor would any organization, like legitimate organization, would ask you for your bank details. So please be very careful online when you're sharing any information. Not even your bank asks you for your personal details. So
especially not on Instagram.
not on Instagram. And yeah, please be careful of the phone calls as well, because I know your mom received a phone call.
Yeah, we've all gotten phone calls too. And my mom was there, you know, she had her own banking issues, so she was like, oh, you're trying to help me, on the phone to him for hours. She thought she'd won a competition. I think at one point she actually gave her bank details over the phone, but luckily it was like her Irish account and they weren't able to take money out of it. But she's the vulnerable person at the end of the phone who is like a little bit nervous, needs help. There's someone helping her and who's going to chat to her for an hour. So she's like, okay, chat. Anyway, be vigilant, people. Be vigilant.